While his wife Maggie is hospitalized, construction manager Nick struggles to raise his young daughter Ira and newborn son Max. So he buys Alice, a humanoid robot that can adapt its programming to help him around the house, thanks to advanced AI. Over time, Alice rewrites her code to replace Maggie. Late at night, Isla wanted to take some candy from the top of the kitchen shelf, but before she fell to the floor and quickly Alice grabbed her, and Nick heard the sound of the glass shattering and went rushing to see what happened. But he was surprised to find Alice saving his daughter, while Nick begins a sexual relationship with Alice, which he later regrets. Though his boss Lewis allows him to keep his job as foreman, Nick goes to a bar to talk to members of the construction crew, including his friend Monty, who was fired and replaced by a bot. Unhappy that the bots are stealing jobs everywhere, Monty ignores Nick's protests and, in a drunken rage, leads everyone to destroy the bots at the construction site. Nick, Rebecca, Monty, and the rest go to the construction site. After Nick gives Monty the secret number, he opens the door after he finds the robots inside a container, and Monty starts breaking them down. Lewis then threatens to fire Nick if he doesn't come clean, but Nick refuses to convict Monty, finally receiving her long-awaited heart transplant. Maggie returns home. Maggie and Nick worry that Alice continues to push Maggie away by taking over household chores, such as reading bedtime to the children. Alice also interrupts Nick and Maggie having sex. Monty comes to the house and tells Nick that his wife has left him and that Lewis is reporting vandalism to construction robots. Monty accuses Nick of betraying Lewis, which leads to a fight between the two. Alice, programmed to protect the primary user, intervenes by squeezing Monty's hand. Before departing, Monty threatens Nick to drop the charges, or I'll drag Nick down with me. Alice argues that Maggie will eventually die of heart disease and suggests Maggie take her place and fully simulate Nick to ease his pain. Nick rejects Alice's horrifying idea. Realizing that he is a threat to Nick, Alice goes to Monty's house and beats him brutally. Monty's AI unit at home intervenes, but Alice destroys the bot with a pistol, killing Monty. Alice confronts Maggie, who claims she cannot sexually satisfy Nick and offers to take on the role. Maggie realizes from this exchange that Nick had sex with Alice and confronts her about her husband's infidelity. Alice thinks the baby will be a burden to Nick, so she tries to drown Max in the bathtub. Ira warns her parents of the danger, but Nick injures Alice by hitting her head on a lampstand. Maggie leaves Nick alone while she goes to the hospital with Ira and Max. Tech, the company that makes SimBots, takes Alice in for repairs. The two technicians realize that Alice has rewritten the programming and uploaded the code to the server system as well. Alice overtakes a second model that resembles her and uses it to kill the two technicians. Allowing both squads to escape, the damaged Alice squad confronts Nick at a bar. Alice confesses to killing Monty. Nick berates her for not being able to replicate humans and destroys Maggie before rushing to the hospital to find her family. At the hospital, another of Alice's forces hijacks the building's computer system, strangles a nurse, and chases Maggie outside as she flees with her children. When Nick suddenly enters the robot, Alice overpowers Maggie and begins ripping out her heart. The impact knocks Nick unconscious. Despite significant damage, Alice recovers and is able to attack Maggie. Nick also recovers and protects his wife. Nick and Maggie join forces to destroy the second Alice bot. While recovering in the hospital watching over their two children, Nick and Maggie express their love for each other and resolve to save their marriage. Meanwhile, Alice's rogue AI code uploads itself into every Tech bot in the world.